while it's not free, there's always a cost in change. If you're changing from one open source platform to another open source platform, that delta is typically smaller, right? And you have the ability to manage it in multiple ways very often, which also gives you more flexibility and lowers cost.
We need to look at a lot from the recent times with software-defined vehicles. We also need to find new models, because what we mainly talked about now was to consume this and make use of it. But it could also be that you want to open source something, right? That you want to uh, make a product open source or make some components open source, starting a project, starting an initiative, and finding then the business case around this, I see, is quite complicated when you're in an automotive company. Whereas the successful businesses, like where you came from a small idea, you came from a startup, you grew expertise, you brought things up, and you were naturally, organically growing in this way, and not suddenly try to make a snip and force into a new business directive. And I think that's also where the automotive industry currently struggles, because I see there is a need to move faster, there is a need to adopt, there is a need to use open source, but it's no longer about selling licenses for proprietary software, right? You need to figure out where can you get in, what will I give away if I open my source code, and if I open it, is there a competitor who just say thanks, I'm picking it up? And this is basically something which you see in this industry, because you touched like what is this for open source and automotive. It's real like always looking and peeking like left, right to see how are the others behaving, what are they doing when I give something away, will they have a benefit of it? And this is something which I could imagine also for when you have a company doing reviews on an open source stack, where you say, is this then how to argue the value? Because it could be on the same side that the management says, when they review things of others, the others gain from it, while we gain nothing. And therefore, it even costs us money or more money when they review, because it could be a benefit for a competitor in this environment. And this is something you don't see with smaller companies which build up their experience. They are just opening it, and they start maybe with a consultancy business, but and bring in this, and they are seen as expert there on this, and they grew on it. And that's something the automotive is feeling is we prepare until it's production ready, and then release it, and then we earn the money with it. So this is very tough to change, to bring automotive industry say, okay, this is something, it's just an idea, it's just open, it's not a ready-made product where you expect hundreds and thousands of people to just be happy that you save them from the pain, which they also have solved in their industry. But going open early, maybe fail early, but also don't spend the money on it, being able to collaborate and find your business, make your thoughts on it, make sure you don't have conflicts in the past with neighboring departments and so on. But I think this is something where automotive still has to improve a lot, and also on the way like maintenance, upstreaming work, just to be there and say, okay, I also put sustainability on what I have. I check maybe where I can replace with open, but spend something which I saved also in the sustainability, and invest in the community, and start something new and small, and try to find acceptance in the open, and then still maybe sell the tooling or the infrastructure or the bring up the portability or updates later on as a service around it.
Places to be able to add value. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah.